Dear Taurus, have you ever had that unsettling feeling, as if the very stability you've worked so hard to build is being undermined by someone close, perhaps a neighbor or even a trusted friend? It's time to pay attention. You might dismiss this feeling as being overprotective, but trust me, it's not just your imagination. There's a subtle energy shift around you, one that has been quietly encroaching on your life. We'll explore the concept of a neighbor, not just as a person, but as a metaphor for the hidden energies that can invade your sanctuary, energies you've tolerated for far too long. You might not realize it, but the energy surrounding you is intricately linked to your foundation specifically, your first chakra, the center of safety and security. If you've ever encountered someone who inexplicably made you feel fundamentally unsettled, stay tuned. By the end, you'll learn how to reclaim the solid ground and energetic peace you've been missing. Taurus, do you feel that a small favor, a constant request, an energy that seems to take up space in your own home? Your body tenses before your mind can even process why. This isn't overt fear, it's a quiet resistance, a subtle tension in your shoulders that signals your boundaries are being crossed. There's someone nearby, perhaps a neighbor or an old acquaintance, who you've convinced yourself is harmless. You've smiled at them, offered help, believing that your patience and generosity act as an unbreakable shield. But here's the truth: sometimes your stability is a beacon for those who lack their own. They may not act like enemies, but their presence can drain your resources, like invasive roots cracking a foundation, slowly weakening it. You might have thought you were strong enough to handle it, yet as a grounded Taurus, you know that a constant drain, no matter how small, is unsustainable. You don't need harsh words to feel violated. A single instance of your generosity being taken for granted can leave you feeling depleted for weeks. You're not imagining things. You're not being selfish. You're simply attuned to your own well-being. You carry the essence of the earth, where a solid foundation is everything. There's someone, maybe a neighbor or a friend, who is closer than you think. But they didn't come with respect. They arrived with a need, a desire to tap into your life, to benefit from your stability, not out of care, but out of convenience. They don't need to slander you. They simply exist in your space, quietly watching, draining your energy and resources. Have you noticed how they seem to appear just when you need your peace and quiet the most? The atmosphere shifts, and suddenly you feel drained and resentful, as if a piece of your sanctuary has been stolen. The Buddha once taught, your home, your body, your mind. These are your temples. Guard them well. Not all destruction comes from overt actions. Some people conquer simply by becoming dependent. And as the Bible reminds us, in Proverbs 4:23, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. We often believe we're surrounded by good people, but not every face that asks for help has pure intentions. Some draw near not to build with you, but to find shelter in what you've already built. Taurus, you don't need to change who you are to be safe. You must start listening to yourself again. Your instincts have been warning you all along. Remember that moment you felt an internal no, but said yes anyway, or when you gave your time or energy and later felt a deep sense of regret. Those were signals, alarm bells ringing, urging you to protect your territory. If someone makes you feel like you must always be available, always giving, it's time to acknowledge that truth. Write it down, release it from your system, because if you don't take action soon, your stability will continue to erode, not because of them, but because you refuse to honor your own boundaries. A Taurus's gut feeling never lies. Even without tangible evidence, you know when something is off. It's not about the words they say. It's about the feeling of your personal space being violated when they arrive. You may still smile and nod, offering a helping hand and opening your door, ignoring the cautious whispers from your soul. You've spent your life maintaining peace for others, even when it shattered your own. You've chosen patience over setting boundaries, generosity over saying a firm no. You've prioritized harmony, even when your intuition screamed that a connection was one-sided. This is both your strength and your burden. You don't need anyone to validate your feelings. You've felt your energy drain and your inner peace crumble whenever they enter your space. You've changed your schedule, your routine, even the way you enjoy your own home, just to keep the peace. But know this, your stability doesn't need to be compromised for someone else to feel comfortable. A truly solid foundation naturally repels what doesn't belong. The Buddha taught that the mind is the root of all truth. Polite words cannot mask the energy of intention. You may have thought you needed proof to pull back, but the universe doesn't send proof. It sends clarity. You waited for a sign, a change in their behavior, or an apology. But deep down, you knew what you were waiting for wasn't respect. It was a repetition of the same pattern. And then one day, you realized there was nothing left to give. They couldn't look you in the eye, avoiding your gaze, as if they knew you had finally seen everything. You once believed you needed a valid reason to say no, but the universe offers clarity instead. The one who praised your kindness, who called you their rock, is no longer there, not because they're busy, but because they can no longer take from you. You've withdrawn your energy, no longer feeling responsible for their needs, no longer aching when they find someone else to depend on. You chose silence, not because you didn't see, but because you were loyal. You compromised, afraid you were being too harsh, overthinking everything to maintain a relationship. But truth doesn't require effort. It simply needs you to stop enabling. And when you do, truth arrives effortlessly. There are those who once called you their rock, praising your strength and reliability. They leaned on you, making you feel needed and safe, only to turn cold when you began setting boundaries. Taurus. There's a subtle kind of manipulation that doesn't hurt immediately. It's not violent or overtly controlling, but it slowly erodes your sense of self-worth and autonomy. They don't control you through anger. They do it through dependency, saying things like, "Without you, I don't know what I'd do." It sounds sincere, doesn't it? But how often did you brace yourself to avoid disappointing them? How much of your own time and resources did you sacrifice just to maintain what they called a friendship? You thought it was a special bond, but in reality, you were trapped in a cage lined with comfort and familiarity. You felt worthy only when you were helping them, only when you put your own needs aside. You were the solid ground, but they wanted you to exist only to hold them up, dimming your light when they no longer needed your support. You, dear Taurus, are a builder and a protector. You sense others' instability and you stay, helping with kindness and patience, even at the cost of your own peace. But a healthy connection should never require you to shrink. It should never make you afraid to say no. If someone only stays when you give, they don't love you. They love what you provide. You've silenced your inner voice to maintain connections that were no longer balanced. You've told yourself they were good to you, all while feeling quietly exhausted because their kindness only came when you gave them what they wanted. You were never meant to be a resource for others to deplete. You are not responsible for for preserving connections that have lost their vitality. Remember the wisdom of the Buddha: do not cling to what is impermanent. It is the root of suffering. True generosity doesn't deplete you, and genuine care doesn't require you to sacrifice your boundaries. Love does not ask you to remain silent for someone else's comfort. If you've ever supported someone so much that you lost yourself, know that wasn't a bond. It was a form of control disguised as need. The truth doesn't need you to sacrifice yourself to prove it. It only needs you to listen. You, the one who has been patient for too long, can lead yourself out of this cage of obligation. You might think, but they had good moments too. Yes, every emotional manipulator must offer enough good to keep you from noticing the truth. Can you breathe freely in your own home when you're near them? Can you be yourself without fear of being asked for something? If not, that's not friendship, that's manipulation. You don't need to keep paying for that connection with your peace of mind. Place your hand over your heart and ask yourself, who was the person I once trusted, but whose presence now feels like an invasion? The answer will come gently and clearly because your soul has known it for a long time. Today, you're finally ready to hear it. If you've ever felt manipulated by your own kindness, write down the name of that person, not to condemn them, but to release yourself. You no longer need to be needed to feel worthy. You've always been solid, even before anyone made you doubt that truth. If you're wondering why everything seems to be changing all at once, it's not that they've changed, it's that your inner foundation has grown strong enough to reveal the truth. When a soul transforms, the universe doesn't require you to remove anyone. It simply allows what no longer resonates to fall away. The universe doesn't need weapons to win. It only needs the right moment. There are things you've known for a long time, but you waited for clearer signs, for confessions, for apologies. You waited, even though deep inside, you knew what you were waiting for wasn't respect, it was repetition. And then one day, you realized there was nothing left to hold on to. The one who used to depend on you could no longer meet your gaze. You once thought you needed proof to walk away. But the universe offers clarity instead. You've withdrawn your energy, and now you're free to be yourself. You are no longer the foundation for misplaced structures. You've stepped out of that pattern, not with a scream, but with a quiet resolve that feels like freedom. You came here to live in truth, and the moment you embrace that truth, everything that doesn't belong will simply fade away. This journey is about you, the stability you've guarded, the patience that healed others while quietly draining you, the kindness that was taken for granted. The only one who has remained constant is you, and the only one who can truly rebuild is you. As you reclaim your peace, remember, you don't need anyone's validation to live in your truth. You are worthy, you are enough, and today marks the beginning of a new chapter. If this resonates with you, write it down. I am the architect of my own peace. Thank you for having the courage to walk away from what no longer serves you. Thank you for staying through to the end of this journey. From the depths of my heart, may you be protected, grounded, and fully at peace in your truest self from here on out. As you step into this new phase, understand that it's a time for renewal. Just as one builds a new home on solid ground, you too can emerge stronger and more secure than ever. This is not merely about shedding old relationships. It's about rediscovering who you are at your core. Think about the hobbies you've set aside for the sake of others. What passions have you neglected? What comforts have you hidden away to please those around you? Now is the time to breathe life back into those joys. Write them down, visualize them, and take small, tangible steps towards making them a reality. You have the power to shape your destiny. Dear Taurus, remember that the universe supports you in this journey. Every time you take a step towards your truth, you align yourself with the energies that ground and empower you. You are not alone. The cosmos is cheering you on. Surround yourself with positive influences. Seek out those who uplift you, who recognize your worth and encourage you to thrive. Engage in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. Whether it's gardening, cooking, decorating, or simply enjoying nature, allow yourself the freedom to explore what makes your soul feel at home. Healing is a journey, not a destination. It requires patience and compassion for yourself. If you've held on to resentment or anger towards those who have wronged you, it's time to let that go. Forgiveness is not about excusing their behavior. It's about freeing yourself from the shackles of negativity. Write a letter to those who have hurt you. You don't need to send it. This is for your healing. Express your feelings, your pain, and ultimately, your desire to move forward. Acknowledge what they've done, but also recognize your strength in overcoming it. This act of writing can be cathartic, allowing you to release the weight you've been carrying. As you forgive, remember to extend that compassion to yourself. You've done your best with the knowledge you had at the time. Be gentle with yourself as you navigate these emotions. Self-forgiveness is a crucial step in reclaiming your power and moving forward. Now that you're stepping into your truth and releasing what no longer serves you, it's time to manifest your desires. What do you truly want in your life? What dreams have you longed to pursue? This is your moment to set clear intentions. Create a vision board or a list of goals. Be specific about what you want to attract into your life. Visualize it vividly. See yourself living your dreams, feeling the emotions associated with achieving them. The universe responds to clarity and intention. Remember, dear Taurus, that you are a co-creator of your reality. Your thoughts and feelings have power. As you focus on positivity and abundance, you'll begin to notice synchronicities and opportunities aligning with your desires. Stay open to receiving what the universe has in store for you. As you embark on this new chapter, embrace the journey ahead. Understand that there will be ups and downs, but each experience is an opportunity for growth. Trust in the process and have faith in yourself. Surround yourself with love and positivity. Seek out those who uplift you and encourage your growth. Engage in practices that nourish your spirit: meditation, yoga, journaling, or simply spending time in nature. Remember, you are not alone on this journey. The universe is always supporting you, guiding you towards your highest self. Embrace the changes, trust your intuition, and know that you are worthy of all the goodness life has to offer. As we conclude this journey together, I want to remind you of the steady light that resides within you. You are a beacon of strength, stability, and compassion. Don't let anyone dim that light. Stand tall in your truth, and let your unique essence shine brightly. Thank you for being here. Dear Taurus, thank you for your courage, your resilience, and your unwavering spirit. May you continue to walk your path with confidence and grace, knowing that you are supported by the universe every step of the way. If this message resonates with you, take a moment to reflect on what you've learned today. Write it down, share it with others, and let it serve as a reminder of your journey towards self-discovery and empowerment. Remember, you are worthy of love, peace, and happiness. Embrace your truth and let it guide you towards a life filled with joy, fulfillment, and purpose. Until next time, stay grounded, stay true, and keep shining your beautiful light.